Welcome to Together We Rise.
Starring mother-daughter dynamic duo Alicia Schwartz
And Rochelle Schwartz.
in collaboration with MAPS Global Events. Signing off.
Mwah.
Hi everyone, how are you? We are so glad you're all here with us. We have a really special show tonight, our podcast, which is called
Together We Rise.
And we are mother-daughter dynamic duo. And our topic tonight...
Well, who are you?
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I am Coach Rochelle.
I am Coach Alicia Schwartz.
And the podcast is about what is the meaning of love. So before we get into it, I'm going to read something that is so beautiful.
And this is from the book, if you ever want to get it, it's awesome, from our mentor and teacher, the late great Debbie Ford, Your Holiness. Amazing,
Yes.
Great prayers.
And so it's called Holy Commitment. In this life and beyond, with every breath I take, with every word I utter, with every choice I make, with every twinkle of my soul's light, I promise to share the never-ending shining love that I am. With all beings everywhere, forevermore. That's so beautiful.
That is really nice.
So the last podcast we did, no, it wasn't the podcast. I had asked people on Facebook to write in and just send some questions to us about what is the meaning of love.
Which is such
it's
a great
yeah, I mean, we could be here for like
days.
yeah,
Because and the meaning of love for everyone's different,
correct.
right?
So do you want to like do the there was a beautiful tribute to Debbie Ford, who was our teacher, our mentor,
friend.
and we were certified through the Ford Institute.
And so her sister wrote a beautiful tribute to Debbie. It was on the 17th of February when she passed away. And she wrote a beautiful tribute, and this was inside the tribute about love.
Yeah, and it was an interview, but this little segment was like so special that I really wanted to read it. And in an interview, she said, "It's easy to love yourself when you feel good enough, when you feel special enough, when you have enough money and you're appreciated." But she also said, "But what about," this is so important, "what about loving yourself when you're crying, in pain, feeling powerless, hopeless, when you feel like a reject and nobody loves you?"
That is
Yeah.
love. That's
Yeah.
what it's about. And that's what the shadow work, which was all about what Debbie did in the world, that's the work that demands us to do. And that's what we have been so fortunate and trained and certified in, being shadow experts, really. I mean, that's the thing about the shadow. We were birthed with one soul to take care of, and we must take care of it. And so shadow work
Yes.
is really the work of the heart and the love and the warrior inside of you.
Yep, absolutely.
Because if you can love every part of you, even when you're feeling bad, or
Yep, you feel
even
like
when you
shit.
feel like shit,
Yep.
if you could just take that love, which is really what shadow is to love all parts of you, bring the light to what the darkness is, and voila, you're
Yeah.
beautiful again, because you sent love to the part of you that needed it.
And that's
Yeah.
just, I mean, it's so about love. No matter how many things I look at or read or different podcasts or meditations, and it always comes back to love.
Yeah.
And again, it's not looking outside yourself. It's
Going inside
It's
and
looking
saying,
within.
what is the love I want to receive today from myself? How can I give myself that love?
Yeah.
Right?
And that's in everything,
And
right?
also, I think being a mother-daughter dynamic duo team,
Yes.
you know,
Oh,
we're
I forgot
always...
to say that, did I?
That's okay.
Oh,
I'm saying it now.
Okay.
So I think that because we're a mother-daughter dynamic duo team, I think that we require, even more to look at each other with how can I love myself so I can love my mom, or how can she love me so I can love my daughter and be the example that I want for her. Because that's really what we want. We want to be the best version of ourselves.
Absolutely.
So in order to do that, we have to send love to every part of ourselves.
And I think that's the biggest challenge.
For a lot of people, for most people.
'Cause
They only feel good when they're making money, when
Yes.
things are great.
Right.
But how can you love yourself when you're feeling pain or anger
Right.
or hate or whatever's going on in your life?
Yeah. And that's where the challenge comes in.
But you can hire coaches
Yes.
like us
Yeah.
to help you through,
Absolutely.
because we know how to get you through.
We sure do.
We've been doing this for over 26 years now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a long time.
We are
so
experts in this.
We can help you.
But you know what? We had to learn. So we are the best coaches is that we had to learn how we had to love ourselves and not look outside ourselves for all that love, because it's not there. It's within here.
Oh. Okay, so let's say.
Let's
what do you
get
wanna
to the
talk
first
about
question
here?
that was sent to us. What do you think makes people fall out of love? And this is by Colleen B. So what do you think makes people fall out of love?
A lack of communication.
100%.
Communication breaks down. One person goes one way, the other person goes the other way, and they leave the connection.
And then they grow apart.
Right, and then they search outside for
Yep.
something they're not getting inside their relationship.
Mhm.
And they find love in all the wrong places.
And they also think that the grass is better
And greener.
and greener on the other side, and not true.
And a lot of times, whoever you're in a relationship with, they don't even know what you're feeling. So that's part of the communication. You got to communicate. When you do this, this is what comes up for me, or this is what bothers me. How do you feel? I mean, you really have to communicate.
And that's like really I think the biggest thing in relationships.
In any relationship, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely.
So that's a great question, Colleen
Yeah,
B.
thank you.
I love that.
The next one is, would you still be able to love someone after they've been unfaithful?
And that was
And
by
that-
Donna A.
Yeah.
Donna A.
Donna?
I
Gotta
have a
tell
hard
ya.
time with that.
Yeah, I do too.
I do have a hard time. I'm
Yeah.
not saying it can't. I know people that
Yes.
that have stayed, and but for me personally,
Yeah.
that's just who I am. I think once you break that trust,
Yeah.
that's
That's
a
a
deep
big one.
That's a deep one.
Yeah.
I would say for me, again, it's just personal. For me, I would say it would be very hard.
And since I had that in my life, I would say, no, I
Yeah.
couldn't do it.
Yeah. Because you need two people that are really committed to looking at what broke down in the relationship. And, if the other person went off and did their thing and isn't willing to look deeply, and then not even just apologize, but do the work
Right.
to work the relationship with themselves and the partner. And the partner has to do the work too.
Yeah, 100%.
So unless that commitment is fully there,
Yeah.
it's hard to step over it.
And I think, I keep on saying it, but I've seen it so much. Once a cheater, always a cheater.
Yeah.
Unless they do a lot of work on themselves.
And again, you can work on yourself, but you also have to work on the relationship with your
Mhm.
partner.
Mhm.
That there was a breakdown in that relationship somewhere
Right.
that made you go outside of yourself. And yes, was it within yourself? Sure. You left yourself. There's a
Yeah.
part of you that does that everywhere or whatever. But also, for me,
Yeah,
I don't
agree.
know if I can do that one.
Oh,
Thank you, Donna A.
Thank
That was
you.
great.
So the next question we received is from Hillary C. What makes a healthy relationship? Great question.
I think one is communicata.
Absolutely.
Communicata,
Oh,
communication.
yeah. Go where you don't want to go,
Yeah.
and that
Honesty,
opens up. Oh my God,
honesty,
yes.
vulnerability,
Yeah.
respect, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Would you say? I mean,
Yeah.
vulnerability, I think, is huge in a
It is.
relationship because that's where all of the growth happens.
Yeah, and people have this persona that they don't want to be vulnerable because then you'll judge them. And you know what?
It's the opposite.
It's so the opposite.
You're free.
Yeah, 100%.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was awesome, Hillary.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay,
Good.
the next question is, have you ever loved someone who you hope would change for you?
And that was Barbara.
Yes, I did. Barbara's L. Oh God, yes,
Yeah.
I did. I put many, many years into that, thinking that this person was going to change
For you.
for me.
And the thing is,
oh my God, I did
doesn't
so
work.
much. It doesn't.
because they didn't want to change for
No.
themselves, they were doing it for you.
Yeah.
Anytime you do something for somebody else, unless you feel, amazing about it,
Yeah.
then I would say
No matter
don't do
what,
it.
you know what it felt like? It felt like I was banging my head against the wall. Because no matter what I did,
Yeah,
it just was a struggle.
yeah. So always do it for yourself
100%.
to make
again.
sure you're willing
Mhm.
to do whatever it takes to love, right? What was it? To change for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever loved someone who
You
hoped would change for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
No. All right, Barbara.
Okay, thank you. Okay, our last question. What's more important? Physical connection or emotional?
Well, that's our Chloe barking
Yes.
in the back. Excuse her.
Well,
What's more important, physical
I think
connection
it's
or
both.
emotional? I think it's both.
I do too.
I think to have a healthy relationship, you've got to have both. You've
Yeah,
got to.
totally.
I mean, you can't have emotional
Right.
connection without physical.
Yeah, totally.
It just doesn't work.
Yeah, I
know?
agree. And I think if you don't have both, then I just think it's really hard to have it work personally. I do.
Yeah.
So I hope you have anything else to add to
Yeah, I
this?
just think, I know for me, I've been in relationships where it was just physical and there was no emotional, and it just doesn't last. I
No.
think the emotional part helps the physical part
Yeah,
and keeps you in the long run,
yeah.
keeps that lasting vulnerability and connection
Yeah.
with someone.
And when someone's vulnerable, that's sexy. You know, that
Yeah,
really
and
is.
it
You
does
really-
show emotional
Oh, yeah.
intimacy. And you know what they
Absolutely.
say about intimacy? Into me I see.
Yeah.
So remember, I know for me where I am today, I want all of it. Or
Me
else,
too.
why?
Me too.
If I
Want
have
the
it
whole
all
kit
with
and caboodle.
myself, I
Yeah.
have the emotional, I have the
Right.
physical, I know how I can be very sensual and physical, and I know I can be very emotional, and I can hold the space for somebody.
Mhm.
Why would you settle?
No, don't ever settle. I just don't ever settle. And I think you realize all of this when you do your own work.
Yeah.
You really do, and you're not settling. You know what you want, and just
And just be patient. Be patient, and just be patient and trust that you loving yourself is going to attract the love you're looking for. Not for anyone else, just for who you're being in the world.
And that's really when you're in
every
alignment, the energy, because we're all made of energy.
You'll bring that
You
person
will.
right to you.
Absolutely
Like a moth to
will.
a flame.
That's a good one.
So we are so excited that we're doing this podcast, and we're going to have some beautiful guests on
March 1st.
March 1st. Her name is Sarah,
Mhm.
and we are excited to have her.
She has a
She's
great
a
story.
great story,
Really great story.
And she's really all about helping and connecting women all
Yeah.
over to have connection and
Yes.
love and what we're talking about.
Yep. And that's why we have this podcast.
Yeah.
to bring you stories.
Yeah, so, you know, if you have any questions or you want to DM us, if you need coaching, DM us. We're happy to support you. Share what we do, our services and our coaching programs that we do for mothers and daughters.
Yes.
We also have exciting things that are coming our
Oh,
way.
we do. It's so exciting. We
that
can't
we will
wait to
keep you
share it with
posted.
you. And we also have a free ebook.
Yes.
And that's on relationships.
Relationships.
How perfect.
So if you want the ebook, DM us your email address and we will have our virtual assistant send it out to you.
Absolutely. So with all of that being
said,
said,
have an amazing
a fabulous
week. And we'll see you March 1st, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And you can find it to watch us
Coach
live.
Rochelle on Facebook.
Coach Rochelle on Facebook and LinkedIn.
Yes.
LinkedIn, it's Rochelle Schwartz.
Yes.
Okay,
Correct.
so that's where you can watch us.
Correct.
I think we're every other Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Correct.
All right. So with that being said, sending our love to you and
from our hearts to your hearts,
the Queens of
Hearts.
And also, you can ask yourself this question on a daily basis.
Oh, good. Yes.
What is the love I need to give myself today? What is the love I need to give myself today? And whether that's what is the love I need to give myself today? Self-care. Great. So give yourself the self-care. Rest. Take a walk.
Or
take a bath.
What about writing a love letter to yourself?
Writing a love letter to yourself.
Wow.
Whatever that self-love is, give it to yourself. But ask yourself that question, and that's our tip for you. From
And
the
say it
mother-daughter
again.
dynamic duo, ask yourself, what is the love I need to give myself today? And go and give it to yourself 100%. And watch how that love comes right back to you.
So
With that being said, we love you. Mwah. Bye for now.